What's the craziest secret you've discovered cleaning out a deceased relative's house? I never expected to find evidence in Uncle Frank's garage, but there it was, behind 2 decades worth of yellowed National Geographics and dusty fishing gear, a plain wooden box that changed everything. Inside were 3 things: a collection of newspaper clippings, a blood-stained watch, a folded, handwritten confession letter dated July 14, 1976. Uncle Frank was the reliable bachelor in our family, the kind of man who never married, never missed a birthday, always brought perfectly wrapped gifts. He taught me to fish, cheered me on at my basketball games. When he died at 73 from a heart attack, no one questioned it. I was his only niece, so handling the estate naturally fell to me. His house was everything you'd expect from a retired high school science teacher. Neat, organized, borderline obsessive, socks paired by color, books alphabetized by genre, canned goods labeled and stacked with surgical precision. Then I found the box. The clippings detailed the cold case of a local man named Harold Winters, who vanished on a hiking trip in the summer of '76. No body was ever found, no real suspects, just a devastated wife named Rebecca and their infant son left behind. The letter? It started with, "I didn't plan to kill him." Frank explained in shaky cursive how Harold had discovered his affair with Rebecca, how Harold had threatened to take their child and ruin her, ruin them, how he swung first, how Frank pushed him, how his head hit a rock the wrong way. He buried the body near Pine Ridge Trail, beneath a lightning-struck oak, signed it with, "God forgive me." The watch was engraved, "To Harold, love always, Rebecca." My hands were shaking as I dialed my mom. "Did Uncle Frank ever mention someone named Rebecca?" I asked, voice tight. There was a long silence. I thought the call had dropped. Finally, in a whisper, "Why are you asking about her?" "I found something in his house," I said carefully. "Rebecca Winters," she said. "They were together for nearly 30 years. She moved to Oregon before you were born." "Wait, Winters? Harold Winters?" Another silence, then a deep breath. People suspected something. Rebecca left town soon after Harold disappeared. There were rumors, but Frank never said a word. I took a breath and said the words I couldn't believe myself. "Mom, I think Uncle Frank killed Harold." "I know," she said, quiet, matter of fact. "You knew?" "Not for certain, not until now, but I suspected. He changed after that, and he visited Oregon every summer like clockwork. He said it was to camp. I always thought it was to see her." "Why didn't you ever say anything?" "Because Frank was a good man, who made one horrible decision. Because Rebecca and her son deserve to live. Because sometimes justice and mercy don't live in the same house." I sat there on the carpet, surrounded by a life built on secrets. "Is her son still alive?" I asked. "Yes, he's a cardiac surgeon in Portland. 3 kids. Never knew who his biological father was, and never knew who ended his real one." That night, I sat outside on Frank's porch with the box next to me. I stared at that confession. It was everything: truth, pain, a dead man's guilt. Turning it in would detonate lives, Rebecca's, her son's, his grandchildren's, but not turning it in felt like betraying Harold. The stars didn't offer answers, so I struck a match, and as the flames curled the yellowed paper into ash, I wondered how many family secrets die with us, and how many get dug up just in time to burn.